I made it through the night. Look at these little tracks. You see those? It looks like raccoon. It goes all the way down this trail. Cute. I have to say, that was the absolute darkest place I've ever been. And I'm just getting up, so my voice is groggy. But I can't believe how dark it was. I mean, no city lights, no even a park light. Not a park light, but someone's, floodlight at their house. Because see, there's something over there. I don't know what those are. That's somebody's something, right? Let me put this down. See? But nothing over there. Nothing towards town. It was black. I mean, I have been in a cave and it was almost that bad. Oh, it was dark. And so this would be a perfect place for one of those star parties. The astronomical associations have star parties. Oh my gosh, it was dark. And about after, I'd say 8:30 or 9, I mean really after dark, maybe 2 cars went by on that road on 118 behind me. I mean, just nobody. And the wind did change. The wind came up out of the northeast. So those cottonwoods were really blowing. So that, that helped muffled sound. But after about, I think midnight, the wind just stopped. So, no, I didn't hear anything. And it was just very, very quiet. And then I got up about, in the middle of the night and looked out the window and the moon was just coming up. I'll show you without going too fast. But the moon was coming up right over the mountain, just barely. And then I could see everything out, and about. It was really neat. Very nice. I'm out here in my little morning walk with my pajamas and my coffee because there's nobody else out here. Nobody showed up. I didn't think they would after about 9 o'clock after dark. I thought, nah, nobody's going to show up here. Which is really, and I need to check on the price. I don't know if it's $12 a night. I have to look at that ticket little thing. I don't know. The RV parks in Terlingua and all around Big Bend and that, they're at least $45, at least. So, and the water, I filled up a tank with this water. Is fine for a shower, so pretty nice. Can you hear the bees? These are the only bees that I've found that I've seen here, and they're all over this. I mean, bees aren't going to really bother you. They want the flowers. Neat. Okay, y'all saw in the last video that I got the tripod out and I showed it just for a few seconds, but I put it on the picnic table, but of course, dummy me, the lamp pole is right in the middle of things, and I didn't even notice that till later. But I just wanted to show you how I am just kind of, doing my little checks, checking to make sure that the propane is off, and getting everything kind of loaded back into the truck. I mean, I do leave some things in the camper, but for the most part, especially when the dogs aren't with me, I can load up a lot of my things into the truck. And the more I camp, the more I realize that I need to start putting things in the same spot every time. I have a bad habit of putting things in different spots, so I don't know where things are. And so I do a lot of back and forth, but that's okay. I learn as you go, I guess. Here I'm just shaking out the rugs, and then I get the blankets, I'll shake those out. And I just shake my blankets out. This is my big wool blanket that I use when it's chilly, and it was about 46, 47 that night, which is perfect camping weather. I was surprised it was that cool, in April. This is Easter Sunday, but it really came in handy, and I didn't use the heater. I was plenty warm that night with this, plus, you know, my little quilt that I have on the bed, and then plus my down comforter, which I also shook out. And I leave those in the camper all the time. They're not heavy. I usually, you know, store them up front when I'm traveling, so that's not a problem. There's plenty of room for those in there. And of course, I make sure all the windows are properly closed and all the blinds are where they're supposed to be as per the new camp instructions. They say not to leave the blinds closed, but to leave the shades down, I think. So I just do what the directions say and make sure everything's closed up properly. And here I'm looking at the sensors up top just to make sure that everything is turned off, you know, that I didn't accidentally turn something on to check it. Just make sure all those settings are turned off. I don't want to get down the road and suddenly have this fear that I forgot to turn something off. I got all packed up, and I didn't even unhitch. Sometimes when I need to connect that. Sometimes when I'm just doing one night, I put those big blocks under there and raise the camper. I mean, a hair, just to take some of that pressure off, and it doesn't, I don't know, is that bad to do? I don't know. So, got everything packed up, and I found out, I looked at the permit, and it was $12, and it expires August 31st, 2023, so this is Easter, so that's 5 months. So, it's not $12 a night, it's not much. So we're gonna drive out of here, and that road, there's one little turn that's kind of scared me, but I figured if other campers have gone through here, I could do it. But this is just a beautiful spot, y'all. I'm telling you, you can't beat it. You really can't for the price, and it is pleasant right now in the shade. It's getting warm, I'm not gonna lie, but it's actually cool in the shade. And I was finally able to capture some of that verbena, the way it looks kind of from a distance. But if you can imagine that verbena all up on the side of some of those mountains, when they say Purple Mountains Majesty, well, it was unbelievable. And I'll insert some other pictures of some of the flowers in the area. When they say super bloom, they weren't kidding. It's really a super bloom this year. And I'm 99.9% sure the little animal that was making those holes everywhere, they're actually tunnels. It is the Rio Grande Ground squirrel, and I actually saw one when I was leaving out of the campground area. He ran really close to the truck, and he went under the cattle guard, and he was a little bit smaller than just like a regular fox or, you know, fox squirrel. Maybe a little bit of spot, I couldn't really tell, but I'm pretty sure that's what those were. So, interesting little factoid. I'm going to show you what I mean about hairy part, for me anyway. It's just because these trees are so close to the road, so, I mean, I know that cottonwood is going to touch the camper, but it's soft. Let's see. Yeah, it's barely touching it. Okay, that's very soft, but I need to trim that. Whoa. Come on, camper. Don't disconnect now. Shit. Now we gotta get up this hill. Whoa. I mean, I can put it in four-wheel drive if I need to, but that's why I bought this camper, so I would be able to do this. Phew! Okay, no problem. This guy came up on my bumper, and he would not go around me, and he passes me, and then he has to slam on the brakes to go 45 because we're at an inspection station at the Border Patrol. You idiot. Oh, isn't karma wonderful? That was a little tab, 320. I just honked at him. We waved at each other. That's cute. That's funny. But I'm stopped in Ozona Their rest stop actually has it's a little walking trail, a little nature trail, and then it has the Chamber of Commerce right here with restrooms, and you can park. There's somebody else here, and there I am over there. Somebody loving their music. And look, they have, I think those are bat boxes. I don't think they're butterfly boxes. I think those are bat boxes. That's pretty neat. And they have beautiful bluebonnets. I couldn't believe the bluebonnets are still out in this part of Texas. And the sun is out, but it's cool. It's very pleasant. And they have in memory of different people. It's kind of neat. Huh. Very nice. That looks like that other variety of bluebonnet, but I'm not positive. That might be one of the other varieties. And they got a rain barrel. These are absolutely one of my favorites. Aren't those pretty? I want to show y'all something I've never seen. Maybe y'all know about this, but I've never seen this. Of course, I get here at dusk. This is the rest stop east of Kerrville. And there's a dump station here. I can't believe it. I've been dry camping now for 2 days, and there's really just a little bit of water because I took a shower. So there's not that much, but I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And it's well lit. I was, thinking, oh great, I'm gonna be, getting here at dark. This is a huge area. That's the place up there where like the visitor center, there's a loop, vending machines, things like that. And then above that, next to the freeway, are the big trucks and stuff. So there's 3 different, little driveway. So anyway, almost back to town. Never get an early start anywhere, but that's okay. Empty in the gray water. Not much is even coming out. I'm gonna have to lift this up to make it come out. When you're one person, you just don't use it much. But look, they also have potable water. That's really nice. And obviously garbage cans, but because almost all these dump stations that says non-potable, very nice. Okay, we'll see y'all next time.